I'll give you my unofficial review of Elvis. Okay, so I heard a lot about this movie, and I believe they shot some. I may be wrong, but I believe they shot some of it in Australia. That's when Tom Hanks actually got COVID, I think. So I know they were under restrictions for this movie. And if you notice, most of the movies that were under restrictions from COVID are a little weird. They're like you can there's something you can tell about them. I know we were watching Loki, and there's a scene where he's supposed to be in a queue, and there's nobody there but him and one other person, and apparently for COVID restrictions there were supposed to be a whole lot of people. They just cut them, and they said no, and we just did one person. So there's all these weird things during the pandemic for movies. So I heard a lot about this movie, and being from Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis is kind of a touchy subject. Like, I know Elvis is beloved, and there's people that come to Memphis to see Graceland, and there's a whole bunch of stuff all over there. They're actually doing concerts over there now. But the being from Memphis, we don't really care. I've never been to Graceland. I've been by it a million times. I don't really care to go to Graceland. Maybe one day I'll go to Graceland. But since I'm from Memphis, I was like, you know what? I'm done streaming for the night. Let's go ahead and watch this movie. I like Tom Hanks. He's playing a character. You know, Tom Hanks is a chameleon. He can blend into anything. So I went into this movie not really knowing anything except for Austin Butler, who plays Elvis Presley, was kind of dogged on by people. One thing about the movie, I think he was too bad. He was no worse than who played oh man, I can't even think of it. Who played great in Great Balls of Fire. Anyway, he was no worse than that guy. And then but like, it's not a bad movie. Starting off, it's not a bad movie. But for some reason, it feels very quick cut. Like, there's very quick cuts. So I was telling my chat earlier that it feels like it's cut like Natural Born Killers. If you see Natural Born Killers, it's almost, it's supposed to be cut like, you're in the minds of these serial killers. They're crazy people. Everything's, they're seeing in different perspectives. I feel like that's how it's cut. And sometimes the movie's cut like normal. It's just a normal movie. And then sometimes it's really crazy and it's all over the place. And I don't know if they were trying to get that as the perspective of Elvis. But, I watched, this movie is almost 3 hours long. I watched, they do show him taking, I'm thinking that it's, a Quaalude. But, like, you don't really see any drug use besides that. Maybe you do at the very end. I'll be honest with you, I fell asleep right before the end.
Not even on, damn it.
I was on for this movie, so I fell asleep before the end of the movie. Now, that is a testament to me trying to stick it out, because there was something that happened in the movie that almost made me turn the movie off and say, all right, this is not the movie I want to watch anymore. I've only done that with a couple of movies, but he's going, I believe this is the scene, I may got him mixed up. There's a scene where he is on Beale Street. Now, Beale Street is a beloved landmark in Memphis, Tennessee. That is a place that I know and love. If I think about it, I can smell the air, I can hear the music, everything. It's a beloved place to many Memphians. This is supposed to be like a period piece. It's the time of Elvis, right? He's walking down Beale Street to fucking Doja Cat. Why? Who knows? And that's not the only modern song in it. I was telling my chat earlier that there's another modern song in it. It's like another rap song. And then there's another part where he was shaking his hips. There's like really heavy guitar. And I was like, this just doesn't make any sense. It's just weird. It just seems like they just cut it together really weird. Like maybe they didn't have enough footage. But I'll say I would probably go on record to say this is the worst Tom Hanks movie I've ever seen. I won't say Tom Hanks is bad in it. I'm just saying the movie in general is probably the worst Tom Hanks movie. Like I said, Austin Butler did a fine job as Elvis. I've seen people play Elvis worse. But yeah, if I was gonna give this a rating, I don't know, like a 1 through 5, I'd probably give it a 2. I'd probably give it a 2. I would say it's still worth a watch just to see how fucking crazy this movie is. But yeah, that is Elvis. I give it a 2, and if it's hopefully they put it on some kind of streaming service to make their money back on this piece of shit. But that's my review of Elvis. There you go. So